Wait! You definitely are Itachi.
I didn't know you had been able to master it as well, Sasuke.
So what? I don't care! You're here right in front of me right now! You're the one who told me to come and find you once I had the same eyes as you! Are you running out of guilt for being a liar? You don't have the courage to tell me the truth!
I asked you to think about it that way. I know how much you've changed.
You're wrong! You were the one who changed my world long ago! I was supposed to die too. You were also supposed to kill me along with both our parents.
So he made up his mind. He himself would drop the curtain on his own clan's history. He simply did what he had to. The discrimination by the village and the object of their antagonism. He shouldered all the blame himself.
Why me? What's different about me versus our father or mother? Why only me?
That's why I failed. I turned you into a criminal. Even though all I ever really wanted was for you to walk the right path. Down a path without any forks or turns, with lies and my visual prowess.
What, I was supposed to happily walk that way?
Yes, you're completely right. You ought to decide your journey for yourself.
When you were alive, you never paid any attention to me. Always flicking my forehead saying, "Forgive me," and running off.
I must stop the reanimation jutsu. Summoning jutsu.
I'm impressed you were able to pass through my barrier and find this place. Thank you for the tip. I wasn't worried. This reanimation jutsu will not come undone even if you kill me. If you do, you'll never be able to stop the jutsu.
Orochimaru, but I...
Close, but not quite.
I know that voice. What do you mean? What are you two doing meeting here?
It's rather complicated. But please, let me try to explain. I already told you once. And besides, even if you do make a move, I doubt Sasuke will just quietly stand back and watch. And while you were asleep, recovering from having your brother's eyes transplanted into you, something rather momentous has happened in our world. All of which are fighting together under the name the Allied Shinobi Forces.
There's no way the two of you can fight against all the 5 great nations.
And I created and Ginkaku, second Tsuchikage, the third Raikage, the second Mizukage, the fourth Kazekage. Well, not too shabby, huh? Although, to be honest, Madara Uchiha planned everything.
Project Tsukinome.
A plan to cast a powerful genjutsu over the entire world using the Ten Tails. And just about now, Madara is causing a ruckus on the battlefield in order to get them. So that's it. That's the tale of the war.
There's one thing I don't get. What's a reanimated shinobi like you doing here?
You're absolutely right. I must hand it to you, Itachi Uchiha. Imagine.
I simply can't stand taking orders from others.
You really haven't changed a bit since the days when you were the popular one at the academy.
To destroy you, Kabuto.
Well, you heard him.
The reanimation jutsu can't control what's in the heart. Can you understand the pain of the dead who are forced to fight?
That someone who slaughtered the entire Uchiha clan in cold blood has such a tender heart. You want to defeat Itachi, the bane of the Uchiha, once again? Shall we team up and take down Itachi together, Sasuke? We share the same snake power. So then, whose side are you on?
I hear you, Sasuke, and we will talk later. First, we need to take this one down, and we'll make him tell us how to stop this jutsu. While he's under the Tsukuyomi, I'll control him.
Thanks for the play-by-play. Hopefully it'll go that smoothly. But still, as I explained to you earlier,
Itachi, you always kept lying to me.
They say you take your personality to the grave. I've already died once.
How exciting. Don't stare at me. Bookish types like me aren't used to being stared at.
Well, some snakes are able to perceive body heat, and they can smell the air by using their tongues.
However, being a snake expert will not help you take me down. Susano, huh?
It seems that he's acquired Orochimaru's power. He won't go down as easy as that! What's that? You've shed your skin to get away?
And of course, I'm nothing compared to Lord Orochimaru.
That's for sure.
There's no telling which of them's the real thing.
I've researched and applied the Hozuki clan's flesh-transforming ability to this technique. Plus, I have the amazing ability to recuperate quickly.
Kain's actually from the Uzumaki clan?
A special trait of those with Uzumaki blood is their red hair. Or perhaps you are no longer comrades. At any rate, you have a discerning eye to have chosen those three. That thing is just a temporary boost. This power is something I actually mastered myself. A place as legendary as Mount Miyaboku and the Shikotsu Woods. I was finally able to surpass Lord Orochimaru. I did it!
He dodged it.
So he does have it.
Just listen, I'll explain. The members of Jugo's clan have always had special bodies, and wild. Lord Orochimaru wasn't interested in Jugo's rampages. Lord Orochimaru immediately tried to acquire that power. Lord Orochimaru was not able to become the perfect sage.
You're just a disgusting snake.
You ought to know better, snake expert. And I'm now a dragon! Age art! White extreme attack! My ears, my bones, they feel like they're being pulverized.
This jutsu uses light and sound to knock out vision and hearing.
With my snake eyes, I can shut my sight off and block the light by turning my body to liquid.
I can't hold the Susanoo!
I need to go after Itachi. I'll rewrite the paper seal in his head and make him my pawn again. Itachi, somehow you always seem to find me, don't you? I'm impressed you were able to pass through my barrier and find this place.
Back when you were still controlling me.
So now that I'm not doing that any longer, you can't sense my chakra, can you?
Only Nagato was able to do that, and he relayed the information to me. I have no such ability. I merely protect that which I think you'll most want to attack. If a man as cautious and opportunistic as you wants Sasuke,
What sets you apart the most from the rest of your Uchiha clan brethren? That is why you are so good at deceiving people. You died a genius.
He's on the ceiling.
And because your brother lied so much, you really know nothing about him.
do you remember the time that you tagged along with me on my mission? The wild boar?
Oh yeah, that. I remember.
A wild boar?
Yeah.
That's why he told you not to be so impatient. Oh yeah, that's right, these things are new. It's so ironic. What happened to those brothers who fought so fiercely and hated each other? All in all, it isn't very hard to guess.
I want the truth.
Do you really not trust Itachi after all? Well, it's no wonder that you didn't return to the Hidden Leaf Village after defeating Itachi. Now that I have all the pieces, it makes so much sense to me. So you ran into your brother and followed him all the way down here to find out the truth once and for all. But like I already told you, your brother is a liar. Trust me. Isn't that in direct opposition to what you're trying to do now? However, join me now and stab your treacherous brother Itachi in the back in the process.
No, we're not the same.
I can sympathize with Itachi. I understand his choice. Because honestly, I'm just like him. Medical ninjutsu was drilled into me just so enemies would come to trust me. No friends or comrades who knew who I really was. I continued to work on suppressing myself, my mission. Both Itachi and I worked for the good of the Hidden Leaf, but in return, how Itachi lived is what led to the creation of the current you. And I'll stick by your side through thick and thin. Come, join me.
No matter what darkness or contradictions lie within the village, I'm still Itachi Uchiha of the Leaf. But I sincerely hope that you'll hear me out, because I have to tell you something.
I cast the reanimation jutsu. You cannot kill me. Because I cast it, the reanimation jutsu is invincible.
All right, so what now?
It seems he doesn't know the true power of the Uchiha.
Back when I had to fight him.
Well then, you're lucky to be alive.
Never mind that.
An ultimate visual jutsu that holds his fate within its grasp. If the Izanagi changes one's fate,
A jutsu that decides one's fate. There's another jutsu like Izanagi.
Sage art! Inorganic animation! A bit extreme, don't you think? Protecting Sasuke with your Susanoo slowed you down. Time to rewrite that brain of yours with this. You know what will happen, right? It's so hot, the limestone cave has gone back to being just a cave. All the laws and principles of nature, which Lord Orochimaru compiled and studied for so long. Compared to me, the Uchiha are nothing at—
Just shut up! You don't know the Uchiha! You see?
Look, I'm not on the sidelines anymore.
I hate you. However, I also understand you. We both lived as spies, as liars, presenting a false front to the world. It is to become aware of what one is and isn't capable of.
That sounds like the philosophy of a loser.
And also, you should never ignore things one could still accomplish. I failed at that. I lied to everyone around me. I lied to myself.
What do you two imagine you know about me anyway?
If you want to know who and what you are, you must re-examine and acknowledge your true self.
You're of the famed Uchiha bloodline. You possess Sharingan that have awakened the Mangekyo. You possessed many things that made you who you are. There is no finer foil to my reanimation jutsu. Even though I may have mocked the Uchiha name in front of you, I have to admit that I'm actually still quite envious of it.
Is the Izanami still not ready? He's about to attack!
Sakan, Demon Twin Jutsu. Kidomaru, Spiral Web.
strands can't be cut with a blade.
Bracket dance!
He's laid down the spider silk all the way to the back.
Inferno style, blade control!
Demon flute, chains of Fantasia! All that's left is to absorb you using Lord Orochimaru. Well, Sasuke, how about it? Do you remember this? I was finally able to take Lord Orochimaru into my own body. I said that all the laws and principles of nature, which Lord Orochimaru researched and compiled for so long, now, as you see, I possess him inside of me, too. I really can't thank you enough, Sasuke. You do realize a majority of people start out by mimicking another person they admire, don't you?
Such behavior is just a process to help one mature. Even something admirable and praiseworthy, then you gain nothing.
The way I am now? How could I fail?
Sasuke, look into my eyes. I shall now engage the Izanami, which means that you have already failed.
I won't let anyone interfere.
Your fate is already entirely in my hand, all thanks to the Uchiha's other forbidden jutsu. The Izanami.
So let's put an end to this fight already.
Your fate may be in my hands now.
Sorry, but I have absolutely no idea what you're talking about. Anyway, that's enough of your word games. That is a simple fact!
Is the most powerful of all.
Should be quiet! What did you do to me?
Impossible! It's the Izanami.
Ball! Itachi Uchiha! If this is a genjutsu... And since Itachi cast it, it won't be easy to release. But there are many ways to undo a genjutsu. To Yuya! Inorganic animation! There, this whole area is under my control. Better retreat for now. Damn it! Don't mess with me!
He'll remain stuck inside this samsara.
So this is the other Uchiha forbidden jutsu, the companion to Izanagi.
This is the Izanami.
Right now, Kabuto's caught in the loop you've created? And that's the Izanami? Way back then, huh? How can a visual jutsu work without eyesight?
Izanami is a visual jutsu. You use your visual prowess to take a record, like a picture, of the sensations you and your opponent are feeling in that instant. Then you recreate those exact feelings. So you're using your powers to create a perfect copy of Exhibit A, to create fluctuations within a fixed time. Thus, you can create an infinite loop.
So Kabuto's consciousness is trapped inside the loop that you created.
You see, the Izanami was developed to admonish and salvage an Izanagi user. If something doesn't go the way you want, you can just erase that outcome and start over. What I'm about to tell you is the story of the Uchiha's Izanagi and how the Izanami came to be.
And the story of its creation.
Reality is a product of chance that we call fate. We cannot predict it. A fallen opponent can just revive, so to an enemy it's an intolerable jutsu.
I believed that the Izanagi was the ultimate visual jutsu. But this means the Izanami is a far superior one.
Originally, the Izanami was designed to keep the Uchiha humble and honorable. It's to stop you from taking the easy way out, from inconvenient outcomes. The loop will stop. This jutsu guides you toward accepting your fate, instead of relying on jutsu to change it. Then he'll be able to bring the loop to an end.
As well as the clashes between them, and how they were stopped by the Izanami. But why? Why'd you even bother casting this jutsu on Kabuto?
And he makes himself believe that he can't fail, even if that really amounts to lying to himself. I understand him too well. Both of us were used by the shinobi world. My chance has passed me by, but he can still forgive himself. I was going to control you. I planned to use the visual jutsu Koto Matsukami. Sometimes two people who appear to be complete opposites are actually two sides of the same coin and can only succeed when they work together. Do not ever say that I was perfect. First off,
I've already become a perfect being! But this isn't the real me! He saw that coming with his Sharingan. But how did I get any of this wrong?
if I'd just done that, I never would have had to lie to anyone. To myself or to you.
If I wasn't trapped here, I'd have won this war.
I'll stop the reanimation jutsu now.
Brother, you will go too.
But I will have protected my village.
You have no more regrets? What about what you've made me become? What about that, huh?
But I can stop this. This reanimation jutsu is something that I can affect. Tell me the signs to stop the reanimation jutsu. Tsukuyomi. I've kept my promise. I leave the rest up to you, Naruto. There is still time. I can feel myself slowly losing consciousness now. The night I left you, I did everything Danzo and Tobi